Yeah, so hello and welcome to this video. This video is a special video to me because this marks my 100th video uploaded to YouTube. I think by all criteria, by all indications, this makes me a YouTuber by all counts. I have, thanks to you, 3,500 subscribers. I have over 3,000 watch hours on YouTube. And I have 100 video by this video, so I'm super excited. So in this video, so as you know what I do here, I do medical stuff and all, but in this video I like to do something more personal to tell you a little bit about myself. Like for the 100 video, you guys have been seeing my face and all that, but there's never really been a time where I did a video about who I am. And so I think this video, I'll just talk a little bit about myself. And like every other YouTuber, I'm going to follow the standard 4 questions that are asked when you want to do a video about yourself. Who are you? What do you do? Why do you do it? And what should you expect to see on this video? But before I go into all that usual things that are done when people talk about their channel, I want to start with why I do what I do. I started YouTube in 2020, in December 2020. The reason why I started YouTube in the first place was it was essential. I didn't even want to own a channel. All I wanted to do was an avenue where I could actually communicate to students. That was my initial plan. You might not even know this, but I actually have 2 YouTube channels. The other channel has about 700 subscribers and is dedicated entirely to teaching students who are in SSCE. And those who are looking for admission into tertiary institutions in Nigeria. So that's what I do on that channel essentially. So I started YouTube because I wanted an avenue to communicate with students. There's a gap. If you don't know it, there is a gap. Tertiary education, secondary education even. By the time students are 16 and they want to make that leap, they want to make a choice to get into school, they face a lot of problems. The first problem they face is what should I study? And then where should I study it? And then how can I actually get the grades to be able to study what I want to study and where I want to study it? So that is the problem. That's the gap I saw that I wanted to fix. And the gap was significant in 2020 because of COVID. There was lockdown, so there was no school. My younger brother was supposed to take the SSC exam at the time, and we're at least 14 hours away by road, and I could not get to him. I wish I could share some of the ideas I had, but there was no way to be able to communicate that with him. And so I was like, okay, why don't I start something online to be able to communicate to students? And that is why I started my channel in the first place. So I started teaching physics, chemistry, biology, you would not believe it, but English language on YouTube. And then within 3 years, I've had over 10,000 students across at least 4-5 countries, like in West Africa and Africa, who are using the West African secondary school education curriculum and stuff like that. So, but that is that is somewhere else. And in the line, while teaching SSC students, I discovered that I always had medical students in my DM, always asking, how do I go about psychiatry postings? Pharmacology is giving me a headache. ENT is 2 weeks, is too short. How do I put all this stuff in my mind? And I was like, whoa. So the internet gave me an avenue to actually communicate with medical students, to share my ideas with them, to share the tips and the tricks that I've learned over my own experience, in medical school, to be able to share these ideas with them and then, make life in school easier. I'll take you a little bit backwards to my first year in university. I had a nasty experience. My nasty experience was I paid for an accommodation close to the school campus, and somehow I was scammed of my accommodation fee. My house rent essentially was actually scammed of me. It was a scam. I was in first year in the university. I was supposed to study medicine far away from home, and then here I was in a strange land studying a difficult course and scammed of my house rent. So I was really distraught. Now I made a resolution at that point that there will be no students that I know or who knows me who will make the kind of mistakes that I have made while in tertiary education, and then by extension medical school. And because of that nasty experience, I made it a habit of always talking to seniors, talking to people who are more experienced than me. And the sole idea of my communication was so that I limit the number of mistakes I make and increase my chance of success across my endeavors. I was listening to an interview by Elon Musk some months ago, and he said the chances of failure are higher than the chances of success in any endeavor that you want to undertake. the problem is not really if you're going to get to success, it's to avoid failure, because success is an essential destination. That's where you're going to, but you might be waylaid by failure if you are not careful. So how do you reduce your chance of failure? I think the best way is by experience, but you don't have enough lifetime to be able to make every mistake. That's why we don't let 2-year-olds play with extension boxes and socket outlets, because they're going to be electrocuted to death and they'll not have the chance to be 12 and know that electricity is dangerous and can kill. So I started talking with seniors. I started talking with my friends, my seniors in school and all that. And okay, so when I start a new semester, when I start a new posting, I'm like, please, what should I avoid? What should I do? What should I not do? What books are the best books? How is the exam? Like, how many hours am I going to have in the exam? How many questions am I supposed to be expecting in the exam? By the time I do this, and I do it across 5 seniors who have also spoken to people when they were in my shoes, I'm going to the exam hall, I'm doing the posting with at least the experience of 10 people. And that means I will not make 10 sets of mistakes anymore. And that significantly increases my chance of success. So like, this is my ultimate hack in life or in school, as the case might be. So that is essentially why I do what I do. So I come here to share these ideas that I've learned over time and to reduce the chances of mistake for other people as well. And I wished I had someone who would have been doing this for me. Like I had this invisible guy to hold my hand through life. But I mean, it's like you have to actually make some mistakes yourself. So no matter what I say on this channel, you are going to make some mistakes by yourself. And I think it's good to make mistakes because, you know, it's an essential part of learning. But don't make the unnecessary ones, and don't make the ones I warn you not to make on this channel, right? So that this channel has meaning, essentially. But that's why I do what I do. Who I am. Who am I? Well, now you know, when they ask you, tell me about yourself, especially when you are in a relationship, it becomes difficult because you're like, what do I say? What should I not say? So I'm going to try to put an average foot forward, not the best foot, not the worst foot, just put an average foot forward so that you can get to know who I am exactly. My name is Audu Agada Peter. I'm a medical doctor. I trained in Nigeria. I'm Nigerian. My religious affiliations are Christianity. I like to think that I have a liberal outlook to life, but I have a conservative approach to that liberal outlook. What that means is I look before I leap, but I leap a lot. What are my interests? I'm interested in medical education. I believe medical students are brilliant, exceptionally brilliant people who are the best of the best of the best, filtered to come and study medicine. I think medicine is the intellectual act, one of the intellectual pursuits that allows you to use your intellect to the best service of humanity, especially at a vulnerable point of view. That is why I even decided to study medicine in the first place. I thought it was the best avenue I could use my mind, the strength of my mind, to be able to help people. That's why I came here in the first place. My interests, as I said again, are medical education. I'm very, very interested in classical music as well. You might not have seen this video, but the first video I ever uploaded on my channel was actually a musical concert that I organized with a few of my friends to celebrate Christmas in 2020. Yeah, so my interests are music, medical education. I'm very, very also interested in nature. I like hiking, mountaineering. So you could see me swimming in the ocean. You could see me climbing one mountain or thereabout. I love the outdoor life. I love hiking. I love physical workouts. I love sports as well. In 2021, I actually ran a mini marathon in northeast Nigeria, and yeah, so essentially those are my interests. I love great movies. I love great stories. I love great books. I think one of the funniest books I ever watched, one of the funniest books I ever read was This Is Going to Hurt by Adam Grant. If I was ever going to write a book, that's the book I'm going to actually want to write. If I could, you know, have one book in my name, I think This Is Going to Be Hot is going to be that book for me. It's a medical comedy / story where Adam Grant told, you know, his life experience of being a junior doctor. It was hilarious, amazing, and also, you know, enlightening. How to combine comedy and medicine and you know, his own style of life towards his book was amazing. Anyway, I love great books. I love great movies like The Battle of the Five Armies, essentially the trilogy in Lord of the Rings and The Hobbits. Like, I like epic movies like that. What else again about me? I don't like watermelon. I don't know why, but I don't like watermelon. I don't like strict negative criticism that does not contribute. Right? I don't like that. I don't like when people are cynical, when they don't give you the benefit of the doubt, especially when they don't know who you are, so they don't give you a shot in the first place. I dislike that. I like great conversation, positive vibes. That's where you're going to find yeah, still about my interest. I'm actually a published author. My first published book was Campus 101, what they don't teach in class. It's actually supposed to be a handbook to guide students who are coming into um, higher institution. One, to prepare those who are getting in, and then to orient those who are already in, to limit their mistakes, as I said earlier, and then to make the best use of their time in tertiary education. In my time in medicine, in school, in life, I've met quite a lot of people, and well, everybody meets a lot of people, but I've met people who I think are very special, and their perspective to life have been unique and have influenced me. And I like to ferret those stories and put in my experiences in my books and in my videos as I go. So yeah, what they don't teach in class was I wrote it in 2 weeks. It was actually a, when you're inspired to do something, I used to type until my fingers were numb when I was writing the book. I wrote the manuscript in 2 weeks, gave to a few of my friends to read through so that they can, balance my perspective. And then I interviewed about 15, 20 first class students across Nigerian institutions just to see their perspective. These were like top stellar students across the country from various regions, and just so that I see the perspective of school from their eyes. And then so I dedicated one chapter in the book, Scholar's Diary, where they shared their experience. My book is available, and it's available for sale, hard copy, soft copy, and an audio book. I think I'll drop a link to my WhatsApp if you want to get a copy, and I do it as a token, so like you can just buy and then support my writing career. I have a few books that I have on the shelf coming up soon. I'm waiting to be mature enough and maybe a little bit popular enough so that when I release those books they will go viral as well. But yeah, I'm a published author. Many people don't know this about me, but I also do a lot of graphic designs and a little bit of social media. I like memes a lot. I like funny and witty quotes online and pictures. So I do a little bit of graphic designs as well. All you see on my channel in terms of graphics are actually made by myself. I've done paid gigs in graphics over time as well, but because I do it in light note, so it doesn't become too heavy for me and then for my schedule. But I do a lot of graphic designs as well. I'm interested in media. I'm very, very interested in media. I mean, I'm a YouTuber, so of course I'm interested. I'm open for partnership, publicity. You have something you would like to share to medical people, medical students in particular, then this is the right place. I'm the right person to meet. So I have an audience of, let's say 3,500 subscribers, and across countries, the people who have messaged me from different parts of the world as regards my video. So what should you expect from my channel? So there's a lot coming up in this channel. This is my 100th video, but I assure you there's going to be at least 500 videos still coming up in the future. What to expect? You're going to see a lot of medical history, the history of medicine, why we do the kind of things we do, who made the syringe, why do we hang drips up, like common things like that we do. Why did blood transfusion start in the first place? Who developed antibiotics? I'm going to take you through how I see medical history, and it's going to be captivating. It's going to be a story-like thing, not just a history lesson, not just a boring history lesson. So I'm going to be doing movie reviews as well. Some of the best medical movies I've watched, not just series now, not Grey's Anatomy and House and Chicago Med, but I'm going to be doing movies, 2 hours movies and about medicine, and I'm going to review them and I'm going to share some here. I'll be doing a lot of book reviews very soon. So some of the greatest books I've ever read in my life, I'll distill the best lessons I've learned from them, and I've done quite a lot of that actually. If you look at my channel, things like How Doctors Think and a few other books, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, some interesting books I've read. I've reviewed them here on my channel as well. I'm going to do videos about practice in other parts of the world. So I'm going to be having doctors, nurses, other health practitioners essentially who are working in other parts of the world. So you see how practicing medicine in another part of the world would seem from your own, So I'll be doing movie reviews, book reviews, and practicing in other parts of the world. I'm going to be doing interviews with specialists too. Some young doctors have a problem choosing which specialties they'd like to, pursue in terms of specializations, and it's a good, especially if you don't have a bias coming in. If you came into medicine open the way I did not have a particular interest or inclination when I got into medicine. I just wanted to learn. So every time I see an exciting neurologist or a very, very outstanding surgical oncologist, I have a sympathy towards what they do. But sympathy is not enough to pursue a specialization. You need interest. You need also passion, and I'm going to share Those interviews will help you see how special those people got the inspiration to do what they do, and then maybe you can find your own inspiration as well. I'll be seeing you'll be seeing a lot of exam stuff here, both local and foreign exams. You'll be seeing those kind of things here. Valuable medical tips across every stage of your career. I'll be doing stuff like that. As I said earlier, I'm open to partnership. I'm open to collaborating, to do videos, to do online on-site teaching for medical students, guiding final year students to go for their MB, fifth year medical students, fourth year medical students, your first MB. Those are things I can do in Nigeria across. And I love traveling. I've been to 15 medical schools in Nigeria. Okay, maybe 16 or 17 medical schools in Nigeria, and they're not many. I think there are about 35 or 38 medical schools in Nigeria, so I've been to more than half of them, teaching, visiting, seeing friends, conferences and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm open to partnership, to quick-paced, fast-paced tutorials to guide you towards exams and stuff like that. Those are the kind of things that tickle me. Those are the things that tickle my fancy. Well, you don't get to 3,500 subscribers without having a few snags on the way and a few challenges. But the challenges I have as a YouTuber, I think, are challenges that every Nigerian YouTuber also has. Data is expensive, so like getting on YouTube is expensive. I've invested quite a lot on YouTube. I've never really had a camera dedicated to YouTube, so I've always used smartphone cameras. Even this is a smartphone, as you could see, I was setting it up earlier. So, but still, that's quite a lot of investment when you're talking about gear and stuff. So I think in the past 3 years of YouTube, I've used 4 phones to do YouTube. Okay, 5 phones to do YouTube. That's quite a lot too when you put in terms of cost. So money can be a problem if you're getting on YouTube, but you can always start wherever you are. That's what all YouTubers say. Start with what you have, and then aspire to become something amazing eventually. Consistency, because of course time. YouTube is different from real life. What you are seeing now, this video has taken quite a lot of time to create, to gather the experience. That's one, and then to also like have the time to actually shoot, because yes, you have 24 hours a day, but you already take 6 or 7 or 8 to sleep, so you are left with 16. Then there's work, then there's normal life, like living takes time. So those things actually take time, and then there's one exam to take, or there's work and stuff like that. So YouTube takes time. So to be consistent on YouTube is actually a challenge that most YouTubers face. Now, if you're monetized on YouTube, or YouTube is the only thing that you're doing in life, then not the only, but the main thing you do in life, then it becomes, I don't think it becomes easier, but it becomes a responsibility, since that's where you earn your living from and all. But yeah, power supply becomes a problem too. So now this setup is actually being not powered by public power supply. So yeah, power can be a problem as well. Then quality time, as I said earlier, to make a good script. This script is quite organic. I started recording even while I was setting up stuff, right? But quality time, so that you script your videos well, so that you know what you're coming to tell your audience, and then they don't get bored and then leave the video from the first minute and stuff. Irregular problems, maybe you have one acne on the day you want to record, and then that ruins your day, and then you start recording, and then the neighbor's dog is barking, and then it's ruining your sound. So those are regular challenges that every other YouTuber faces. So now 100 videos. Thank you for joining me in this journey. It's been amazing. I've grown. I've learned a lot coming on YouTube. I've learned how to do video editing, graphic design, sound engineering, sound management. What else again? How to tell stories, how to humor, a lot of things. There was a time I had to, do scripts for every video I made. But now, if I have an idea, I can develop a script on the go while shooting. After, of course, considering it and thinking about and measuring the content I want to share on the script. But yeah, thank you very much for following, and I'm really glad that you are part of my journey. And thank you. So that is me. That is who I am. Bye. See you in the next video.